fierce standoff intensified between security forces and the thousands of Georgians that rallied in the capital, Tbilisi.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. The National Endowment for Democracy, which is basically a CIA front organization that promotes regime change and destabilization abroad through funneling money to NGOs, liberal NGOs overseas. Last year, they funneled some $2.5 million to NGOs, liberal NGOs, LGBT-oriented NGOs, opposition NGOs in Georgia. Here's a quick look at some of the organizations that they've been funding. They always say that they're supporting youth engagement in politics, transparency in politics, support for political plurality and diversity in politics, and so on and so on and so on. What that all comes down to is that they support opposition movements, opposition groups, protest, activism, all of these types of things in countries that the United States is interested in controlling. Now, in Georgia, you have sort of basically two factions. You have the ruling party, which is has the prime minister. They're more or less a realistic, pragmatic, pro-European, pro-American, but pragmatically and realistically so, sensibly so. And then you have the completely pro-American, anti-Russian, basically sycophantic to the United States.
We want to be part of European Union. We want to be pro-West.
Parliament was going to pass a law in Georgia against organizations that were foreign funded, that they weren't going to be allowed to operate in Georgia anymore. Obviously, it's going to affect all of these organizations that are funded by the National Endowment for Democracy, including these LGBT organizations, these very liberal organizations, these very political opposition-leaning organizations. They would have been shut down under this law. Now, this is the result. The United States wanted Georgia to engage in the Ukraine conflict on the side of the United States, on the side of Ukraine, against Russia. The government declined to do so. They're dangling a carrot in front of Georgia of EU membership, which is not something that's likely to happen, at least not anytime soon. So the argument that this law will prevent Georgia from joining the EU, because the EU is obviously against it, because also they fund organizations in Georgia, and they'll say this is counter to freedom and democracy that you're shutting down organizations that are funded by foreign entities. So the EU has said, if you pass this law, if you have this law, this is an impediment to you joining the EU. But Georgia already has so many impediments to joining the EU, it's not likely to happen anyway. So what we're seeing isn't really a popular uprising in Georgia that's pro-EU and pro-EU membership. This is an orchestrated protest movement, in my opinion, orchestrated by NGOs, civil society, that has received millions of dollars from the United States. Remember that $2.5 million, that was just for last year. So annually, it's coming in around that much for the civil society organizations. And for NGOs, that's a lot of money. And that gives the United States and the National Endowment for Democracy a lot of power over what those organizations do. And you can bet that they're getting money other than the money that's declared on the NED website. This is an attempt to overthrow the sensible faction in Georgia and to install a completely pro-Western, pro-American puppet regime in Georgia. And Allahu Alam. Jazakum Allahu khairan. Wassalamu alaikum.